bring in Congressman Jeff Duncan of South Carolina. Sir, it's good to have you. This morning, incoming Senate Majority Leader John Thune reiterated his promise to work with President Trump to advance Trump's agenda. Listen.
And I plan to have regular meetings with Speaker Johnson and with the White House to ensure smooth coordination and a strong working relationship between the House, the Senate, and the administration as we work together to implement President Trump's agenda.
Now, Congressman, we've been told the Senate is a deliberative body, but that seems to go out the window when Democrats hold the White House and the Senate. But when conservatives are in charge, the Senate reverts to this hen den. How do you see this?
Well, I think America sent a mandate. President Trump has a trifecta with the House, the Senate, and the White House, and 312 electoral college votes. The American people expect Congress to help the president get his agenda across, and hopefully Mike Johnson and John Thune can work together with the president to move the agenda quickly. And the first 100 days is very important. And so I think the American people will hold Majority Leader Thune and Mike Johnson and the House and Senate Republicans accountable for working with the president.
Now, as I explained in the preamble there, unlike Obama, President Trump is planning on following the Constitution by using the authority under Article 2, Section 2 of the Constitution to make these recess appointments if they're necessary. Explain how that would work and why President Trump may be forced to do that.
Well, it's really up to the Senate to have the confirmation hearings that are necessary to get the cabinet level positions appointed and confirmed. If they fail to do that, then President Trump will have the ability to use recess appointments, and he'll do it in a legal matter. He said that. He's not going to be like Obama and try to go around the United States Congress. He's hoping to work with the Congress, work with Majority Leader Thune and Speaker Mike Johnson where necessary to get his appointments confirmed, but also move his agenda forward.
Hope springs eternal. Now, I wanted to ask you about this bombshell new report revealing that cellular carriers possess intact phone usage data from the vicinity where 2 pipe bombs were planted during the events of January 6th, directly disputing FBI testimony that agents couldn't identify a suspect because the phone data was corrupted. And number one, do you trust this FBI? And what about the missing evidence from the unselect January 6th committee? Will Liz Cheney and her Democrat cohorts be brought to justice if they don't turn over the evidence as is required under law?
Yeah, so this is a developing story, and we've all been concerned about this bomber. Video surveillance that showed him placing bombs at the DCCC from one angle, but then seems like the footage was lost from the other angle that may have shown his face. The cell phone data revelation is alarming to me. And we know what the January 6th Commission did under Nancy Pelosi, and our House January 6th Commission, and I applaud Mike Johnson for setting that up to really look at, they destroyed documents, they destroyed evidence, they put out something that led to the conclusion that they had already come to. And so House Republicans on that J6 Commission have really worked hard. And look, the American people don't trust the FBI. They've seen where the FBI has lied the American people, obstructed justice, has really weaponized under the Biden administration. And I applaud President Trump for wanting to end the weaponization of government. And this just is another example of where the American people have not had the sunlight that's necessary about what happened on January 6th or any other thing that the Biden administration has been up to, whether it's the border or this January 6th issue.
Well, Congressman, I hate to interrupt your train of thought there, but we're getting some breaking news. RFK Jr. has just been nominated by President Trump to head Health and Human Services. Just wanted to get your reaction very quickly to the pick.
Well, I think it's a phenomenal pick. I applaud the president for all of his cabinet choices. I think the American people are excited about this team that he's putting together. And I think we're going to see a rock star cabinet. We're going to see really shrink the size and scope of government, which is what the American people want. They want an efficient government. They realize government needs to do certain roles, but they want a smaller government, a less intrusive government, and a less weaponized government. And I think that's what President Trump is doing with picks like RFK Jr.
Yeah, and a healthier country. Last thing I want for you to answer about a congressman is you sit on the House Energy and Commerce Committee, oldest committee in Congress. We've just come to find out. A lot of people don't know that. A recent Harvard study showed that green technology is not so green. In fact, it found it's downright toxic. For every ton of rare earth minerals mined by slave labor around the planet, 2,000 tons of toxic waste is produced, and some of it's radioactive. What will you be doing to advance clean burning natural gas and clean next-gen nuclear energy to replace this Democrats' raping of the planet agenda?
Well, President Trump came to speak to our conference yesterday, and he was very bullish on American energy production. He likes all the above. We like wind and solar, but we also understand what works, and that is American produced, American delivered, American utilized, and American exported resources like natural gas that can help lower carbon emissions like we have in the United States. But the second part of that is advanced nuclear, whether that's small modular reactors, micro reactors, advanced fuel reactors, reprocessing of spent fuel at commercial sites so that we lessen our dependence on Russia for enriched uranium for fueling our nuclear fleet, and we actually reprocess and get reduce the waste in this country and utilize that as a resource, an asset for the nation to fuel our nuclear fleet. So I think the president is going to be very bullish, and America needs to be the leader once again in nuclear technology. We need to lead the world, help export nuclear technology, and not cede that to China and Russia. We should be the leader, and I believe we will be under President Trump.
Congressman Jeff Duncan, thank you very much, sir. Appreciate the time.